Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are with another part of the jinn and human sickness, part 2, remedies in the light of the Quran and Sunnah. Hence we should mention here what the Muslim is required to believe in with regard to the jinn, along with the evidence from Quran and Sunnah concerning that. Evidence for the existence of the jinn. Evidence from the noble Quran. God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَإِذَا صَرَّفْنَا إِلَيْكَ نَفَرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقُرْآنَ فَلَمَّا حَضَرُوهُ قَالُوا انصِتُوا فَلَمَّا قُضِيَ وَلُّوا إِلَى قَوْمِهِمْ مُنذِرِينَ. And remember when we sent towards you, Muhammad, a group 3 to 10 persons of the jinn quietly listening to the Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. God says, قل أوحي إلي أنه استمع نفر من الجن فقالوا إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا. Say, O Muhammad, it has been revealed to me that a group from 3 to 10 in number of jinn listening to this Quran. They said, verily, we have heard a wonderful recitation this Quran. Evidence from the Sunnah. Muslim narrated in his Sahih that Ibn Mas'ud said, we were in the company of the Messenger of God Muhammad one night, then we noticed he was missing. We searched for him in the valleys and mountain passes. Then we thought that he had either been taken away by the jinn or killed secretly. We spent the worst night that any people have ever spent. Then when morning came, we saw him coming from the direction of Hira. We said, O Messenger of God, we missed you and looked for you, but we could not find you, and we spent the worst night that any people have ever spent. He said, أتاني داعي الجن فذهبت معه فقرأت عليهم القرآن. A petitioner of the jinn came to me, and I went with him and recited the Quran to them. Then he went with us and showed us their tracts and the traces of their fires. They, the jinn, asked him about their provision, and he said, لكم كل عظم ذكر اسم الله عليه يقع في أيديكم أوفر ما يكون لحما وكل بعرة علف لدوابكم. Yours is every bone over which the name of God has been mentioned, which will fall into your hands, covered with flesh, and every piece of dung is food for your animals. Then the Messenger of God Muhammad ﷺ said, فَلَا تَسْتَنْجُ بِهُمَا فَإِنَّهُمَا طَعَامُ إِخْوَانِكُمْ. Don't use these two things for istinja, cleaning after relieving oneself, for they are the food for your brothers. Al-Bukhari narrated in his Sahih that Abu Sa'id Al-Khudari said, the Messenger of God Muhammad ﷺ said to me, إني أراك تحب الغنم والبادية فإذا كنت في غنمك وباديتك فأذنت بالصلاة فارفع صوتك بالنداء فإنه لا يسمع مدى صوت المؤذن جن ولا إنس ولا شيء إلا شهد له يوم القيامة. I see that you love sheep and the desert. When you are with your sheep in the desert and you give the adhan for prayer, raise your voice when giving the call, for no jinn, human or anything else hears the voice of the muazzin for as far as it carries, but he or it will bear witness for him on the day of resurrection. From this evidence, it is clear that the world of the jinn exists. The jinn exist and are alive. They have powers of understanding and are subject to commands and prohibitions. So the believer who affirms Tawheed must believe in the existence of the jinn. Details of what has been narrated in the Quran and Sunnah concerning the jinn. The jinn were created from fire before man was created. God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ صَلْصَالٍ مِنْ حَمَإٍ مَسْنُونٍ وَالْجَانَّ خَلَقْنَاهُ مِنْ قَبْلُ مِنْ نَارِ السُّمُومِ. And indeed, we created man from dirt sounding clay of altered mud, and the jinn we created aforetime from the smokeless flame of fire. They eat, get married, and produce offspring. It was narrated that Ibn Mas'ud said, the Messenger of God Muhammad said, لا تستنجوا بالورث ولا بالعظم فإنها زاد إخوانكم من الجن. Don't use dung or bones for istinja, for they are the provision of your brothers among the jinn. God says, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذا قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس كان من الجن ففسق عن أمر ربه أفتتخذونه وذريته أولياء من دوني وهم لكم عدو بئس للظالمين بدلا. And remember when we said to the angels, prostrate yourselves unto Adam. So they prostrate themselves except Iblis, Shaitan. He was one of the jinn. He disobeyed the command of his Lord. Will you then take him, Iblis, and his offspring as protectors and helpers rather than me, while they are enemies to you? What an evil is the exchange for the Zalimun, polytheists, and wrongdoers, etc. Here God tells us that the jinn have offspring, and offspring can only come through marriage. The jinn are hidden creatures who can see us, but we cannot see them. God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, يا بني آدم لا يفتننكم الشيطان كما أخرج أبويكم من الجنة ينزع عنهما لباسهما ليريهما سوءتهما إنه يراكم هو وقبيله من حيث لا ترونهم إنا جعلنا الشياطين أولياء للذين لا يؤمنون. Verily he and Gabilhu, his soldiers from the jinn or his tribe, see you from where you cannot see them. Verily we made the shaitan devils awliya, protectors and helpers for those who believe not. But humans may see them in certain cases when they take on other forms. The jinn are rational beings who are accountable. God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And I, God, created not the jinn and mankind except that they should worship me alone. God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, يا معشر الجن والإنس ألم يأتكم رسل منكم يقصون عليكم آياتي وينذرونكم لقاء يومكم هذا قالوا شهدنا على أنفسنا وغرتهم الحياة الدنيا وشهدوا على أنفسهم أنهم كانوا كافرين. O you assembly of jinn and mankind, did not there come to you messengers from amongst you, reciting unto you my verses and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They will say, we bear witness against ourselves, it was the life of this world that deceived them, and they will bear witness against themselves that they were disbelievers. Among the jinn there are Muslims, Kafirs, and different groups. God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَإِنَّا مِنَّا الْمُسْلِمُونَ وَمِنَّا الْقَاسِطُونَ فَمَنْ أَسْلَمَ فَأُولَئِكَ تَحَرُّوا رَشَدًا وَأَمَّا الْقَاسِطُونَ فَكَانُوا لِجَهَنَّمَ حَطَبًا. And of us some are Muslims who have submitted to God after listening to this Quran, and of us some are Qasitun, disbelievers, those who have deviated from the right path, and whose over has embraced Islam, meaning, i.e., has become a Muslim by submitting to God. Then such have sought the right path. And as for the Qasitun, disbelievers who deviate from the right path, they shall be firewood for hell. And God tells us that the jinn said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَأَنَّا مِنَّا الصَّالِحُونَ وَمِنَّا دُونَ ذَلِكَ كُنَّا طَرَائِقَ قَدَدًا. There are among us some that are righteous and some the contrary. We are groups have different ways. Religions skits. The jinn have the ability to take on various visible forms, and they have powers of strength and craftsmanlike skills. The jinn have special abilities which God has bestowed upon them, such as their ability to take on different forms and appear in the form of some animals such as snakes, cats, and dogs. The jinn also have the ability to move from one place to another with amazing speed and to dive into the depths of the ocean, as well as skills in various kinds of crafts and building. God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَالشَّيَاطِينَ كُلٌّ بِنَاءٍ وَغَوَّاصٍ. And also the shaitan devils from the jinn, including every kind of builder and diver. God describes an unique blessing that he bestowed upon one of his prophets, which was a miracle. He subjected the jinn to the command of the prophet of God Sulaiman alayhi salam by his power and grace. This subjection happened by the decree of God, and Sulaiman alayhi salam was not harmed by the jinn. In fact, he used to put those who deviated and went against his command in chains, as God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَآخَرِينَ مُقْرِنِينَ فِي الْأَصْفَادِ, and also others bound in fetters. God tells us of the jinn ability to build for Sulaiman alayhi salam, and he says, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يعلمون له ما يشاء من محارب وتماثيل وجفان كالجواب وقدور راسيات اعملوا آل داود شكرا وقليل من عباد الشكور. They worked for him as he desired, making high rooms, images, basins as large as reservoirs, and cooking cauldrons fixed in their places. Concerning their ability to move with amazing speed from one place to another, God says, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال عفريت من الجن أنا آتيك به قبل أن تقوم من مقامك وإني عليه لقوي أمين. Concerning their ability to change shape, we have the report reported by Muslim in his Sahih from a young Ansari man, according to which the Prophet said, إن بالمدينة جنا قالوا أسلموا فإذا رأيتم منهم شيئا فأذنوه 3 أيام فإن بدا لكم بعد ذلك فاقتلوه فإنما هو شيطان. In Medina there are jinn who have become Muslim, so if you see any of them the jinn, ask him to leave from 3 days. Then if he appears to you again after that, kill him, for he is a devil. The jinn have some powers over men, such as tampering with their houses by setting them on fire, throwing furniture and household contents about or appearing in human form, and causing some kinds of physical harm, such as paralysis of a limb, tightness in the chest, impairment, headache, or any other kind of sickness for which medical treatment does not bring about a cure, but rather makes it worse, or instantly when the jinn focus their harm on the brain, but such cases and such powers over men are extremely limited. I praise God the Almighty for having helped me to complete this work, and I hope that God the Exalted will aspect it and make my intention purely for His sake, and that He will reward me for this work of mine on the day when I meet Him, as He helped me to complete it in this life. By the grace of my Lord, this series has been well received by the slaves of God, and I hope that my Lord will expect it from me and be pleased with my work by His grace and kindness. May He forgive me for any shortcomings that exist in it. I hope that those who read this series will make dua supplication for Maram Fatani, my future husband, my relatives, my family, my dad, my mom, my sisters and my brother, and all Muslim people alive and dead, and every God creation alive and dead, and pray that God forgive us for our mistakes and our sins. May God bestow His mercy upon me and them by virtue of the righteous dua from a righteous slave. And I'm trying to be Allah's successor in the earth. I'm gonna put it in the net so it will be like Sadaqah Jariyah, means God give good marks continuous to the people alive and dead people until the day of judgment. And the good marks goes to Maram Fatani, my family, my father, my mother, my sisters, my brothers, and my future husband, and my relatives, and all Muslim people alive and dead people, and all God creations alive and dead. Voice record Maram Fatani. Facebook name Maram Abdullah Fatani. The author Abdul Mundir Khalil Ibn Ibrahim Amin. Thank you very much to be patient to hear this. See you next time.